Hey you folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Paint the World Blue as Sweden in European Universalis 4. Yeah! Someone requested last time that I throw on the player map mode to properly show my possessions. And indeed, you can see that Sweden is creeping to the south. Much like, oh god, I can't remember the name. Lingonberry! Much like lingonberry syrup is just dripping down and so sticky and taking over all the things. I like how we got like the little pockets over here. Hello! I'm German-ish. Maybe not. Maybe I'm Swedish. I don't know. Alright, so we are in a war. Not a particularly significant war, but we're gonna grab some land over there, and it's going to be awfully nice to do. Whoa! Many pop-ups. Poland coalition, Austria coalition, Georgia, something or other that doesn't particularly affect me in any real way. Okay. Military access from someone? Sure. Some provincial unrest. Rebel uprisings, but not currently dangerous. I think we're going to wait until these sieges in the south finish, just to give us a little bit more war score. I think that was the plan. And then take some land from Portugal. Okay, we lost a claim and lost a CB against Poland. Well, lost a CB against Poland. Is that the only one? It is the only one. Well, that's no good. Let's make sure we fabricate some extra claims over here. I don't know if it really matters who I specifically focus. I should probably just spam a bunch of claims on Poland and then go and just annex them, and it'll save me a lot of time. Oh, we desieged over here, which is really nice. Who are we technically at war with over here that I can reach? Okay, mostly we're just going to go and see if we can't smack some of these small stacks around. Hey, if anyone wants to attach to this army, we can get some shit done. That'll be fine. We won the siege of Tangiers, fortress in Burgess is being... Really? I gotta say, Spain, that is a bold forward attack. You know, kudos to there. Apparently I have a little army left over here. Probably from when I absorbed Galicia or something. It could be. Now, I'm not absorbing anyone right now because all my vassals are kind of a little upset. Listen, I just want to give you a big hug. A big hug that's called annexing of vassals. Let me move to be adjacent over here. These guys might be coming in for an attack. Actually, I might just be able to jump these fools and then get reinforced. They're going to jump in on these guys. I guess they're trying to defend, but yeah, I was going to say. Any chance you'd help me out here? No? I mean, you might turn around, but I can't trust you to do that. So I'll just walk along with you. Okay. Fair enough. We're now at 31%, and we're very close to Ceuta flipping. I've got to make sure, of course, that France doesn't separate peace out or anything, so that we can get a little bit of what we want. And we can't side negotiate anyone, of course, because we're not the war leader. We lost a siege over here and there, which is hardly meaningful. I think. Or were those sieges, may have been colonies that I would have liked to have taken, actually. And that would be unfortunate. They might reinforce very heavily. Okay, we've got Ceuta. I think that's going to be good enough. Listen. Sort by war score. Oh, yeah, we did. Well, you know what? I'm okay with just Massachusetts. That's fine. And Ceuta is a lot cheaper. And where's this place? That's a really expensive war score overseas place. I don't know if I care about that. It might be worth grabbing Ceuta. Oh, you're not willing to do it. Really? Oh, Gibraltar's still on the stack. Which is possibly good. There is the idea of getting the combo pack down here of Tangiers and Ceuta. That is one possibility. Oh, they won't give me this at all. That's interesting. But you give me Gibraltar. Well, it's not one of yours. You won't give me Granada. How far off are we from something like that? Quite a bit. I could burn off some length of war. There is a possibility. Also, I could get more individual war score if I want to. By simply doing something like this. Hey, what? I'll move to Fez. That way, my people can reinforce each other if something happens. I'm really worried that France is going to separate peace, though. Which would be bad. I'm in the woods. No, I'm pretty heavily outgunned here. And I don't know where these guys are going. So, I'll just take off for a little bit. Huh. Well, we'll wait for a couple of ticks. We'll see if we can't make some siege progress over there and see what happens. Am I getting pop-ups for? Oh, I think it was just attrition warnings. Yeah. And then this one falls off the end, takes the long way around. Where are these guys white flag? Oh, no, they're black flag. They're not retreating. They're just black flagged. Means we can't actually engage. We got some conversions. That's good and lovely. Sieges might not take that long. Tell you what I'll do, I'll actually, do I have the full siege bonus? No. Let me take all these guns and move it over here. Just one more siege a little bit faster and burn off a little length of war. You're going to go flatten that, which is great. We're going to move together. Tell you what, I should just attach to you. Might feel confident enough to go. We'll take those guys out and then go over there, and then hopefully you'll assist. All right, that's ticking a lot faster than it was. We got the full bonus. Want a little skirmish there, which is fine. Attack into the hills. Better than the mountains. I wonder, if I were to force march, could I get to Chera faster? 24th, 23rd. No, I couldn't. I'll just wait here then. Oh, they've actually started a siege down there. So yeah, let's go ahead and stop them. Probably. Marsh. I think we'll be okay. They might reinforce, but I think we'll be okay. Meanwhile, there is a siege that is sort of progressing. There's a lot of armies down there. Okay, we crush that. And we catch these fools. Agent discovered, that's fine. Papal State left the coalition against me. Alright. Wasn't scared of the Papal State, but it means one less person who could potentially trigger things. Alright, one more siege. And so I don't know what we're going to take. We've got... None of these have any notable modifiers, like bonus to trade. 6 base tax, 3 base tax, 7 base tax, and be sexier. This pair, though, important center of trade in Tangiers. You know, I think that might be the thing. Let's see if we can get Tangiers and Ceuta. Not being contiguous can complicate things, but it's pretty valuable. Although, actually, the question might just be, let's see if we can get Tangiers, which we can right now. Yeah, this is quite a bit over our war score. This falls? Maybe. Massachusetts. It is only 11. Well, I guess we keep pushing our luck. Come on, France, don't peace out yet. Get a little bit more personal war score. This is not going to be worth anything. Show province, because it's overseas. No, it's worth 12. Okay, hold on. Might become viable. Could at some point just rush it, but I don't think there's much point in doing that. Okay, we won that siege. Good. Then I'll move in and help there. So what's our personal war score now? 20. Yeah, it's not as high as I would have liked. I'm going to peace out because I'm really worried France is going to just end the war and make me very unhappy. This is slightly more contiguous. It's a higher tax province. Oh! Here's the problem with Tangiers, is it would be considered distance overseas because it's not European. And it's nowhere close to my capital. Yes. Now, I don't know if I would... I might get the full trade bonus. I'm actually not sure. But it probably makes more sense to grab Algarve. It would give me more force limit, more tax base, more different things like that. That is probably smarter. And we can't grab anything there. I can still get Massachusetts, which is good. Also, the better thing actually might be war reparations, but can't quite squeeze it out. And that means I won't be able to break any alliances either. But, oh, I can't even get any money. We're literally at the limit of what they'd be willing to give me. Which I think is fine. This is not a war I was specifically looking for. It actually hurts a pretty significant opponent. We're not going to be able to do the humiliation, but we will be taking land from a rival. France is going to be fine. But they might be stuck in the war a little bit, which honestly doesn't bother me too much if it slows them down. I'm going to go for this. No, it's not the most impressive take in a war, but it's not bad. Make you a core. Apparently we can convert something. Fergus. We are going to transfer my people over here, and yeah, automatically use the transports, which will hopefully be fine. And at some point, we might bring these troops home. Trade disputes against the Netherlands, all that is fine. Armies arriving in Ceuta. Oh yeah, they're just trying to get across. It's okay, they'll get there. Looting expired. Stand there. I think that's the only province we currently have to core. And yeah, I mean, I'm still looking to tech up a little bit, but that's a pretty nice little thing. And that's it. I think we're going to keep mostly staying at peace, because I think right now, the best way for us to power up... Wow, the Mamluks are crushing what's left of the Ottomans. And Spain being here. Be nice if we can get some bits ejected out of Spain. That would be really nice. I'm hoping France separate pieces out Spain, forces them to give up a bunch of their territory, weaken them, something like that, and then maybe does a similar thing with Portugal. Like, rather than France taking their territory, I'd feel much happier if France just forced these guys to give up some of their land. We'll see how it goes. So autonomy is going to drop there. What's the unrest situation? You know what? I can lower autonomy here. The unrest is... Well, it helps that I've got people standing here. But I'm going to go ahead and do both. And we may want to do some culture changes here at this point. Although, again, I'd rather spend my Diplo points leveling it up. Okay. Let's go ahead and land our ships. These light ships will mostly do the English Channel. I have to rebuild my trade fleet, too. Because I took some pretty serious beats. Meanwhile, the rest of this fleet, my transport fleet, great. We're going to grab all 40 of these dudes. And just bring them home. Bring them to the motherland. And the rest is still fine, even with no local troops around. Okay. We could really start working on... We could lower our maintenance. Whoa, that screen is kind of messed up as we are going through an autosave. I'm still making tons of money. I can form the scavenging... No, wait. What is it? Oh, no mission selected. Create a fortress in Andalusia. Crush Russia. Well, I'll take the create a fortress mission, because keeping up my army tradition is quite nice. And as I've mentioned in the past, keeping up local defensiveness is quite handy. It is a bit expensive and takes a little bit of military power. But I will happily do that because, again, I think it's really smart to have a lot of forts over here. And... permanent navies. And I like the military tradition. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not, but it makes me feel good about myself. And isn't that the most important thing in the world? Should we invest in technologies? I think the answer is yes. We'll go ahead and get a little bit more trade efficiency. And we'll go ahead and grab the next admin tech level, since I don't need anything else right now. We have stability, everything is coring. I'll grab that. I don't necessarily need those buildings specifically. The Glorious Monument at some point will be nice, but mostly we're trying to tech up to level 22, and then we'll probably grab our trade ideas. We'll see how it goes. Would have been nice to grab Tangiers and Ceuta. Although I have to remember as well, there's the increased coring cost there, which is a lot less attractive. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how things went. Got some more conversions. We only have one province that is not Catholic right now. And we do have, like, massive religious unity, so we don't really have to worry about that. We're not running any ideas right now, or policies, rather. Nope, good. Good, good, good. We're capped on manpower. Still means we should bring something to Russia. We have lots of money right now. What I should work on, yeah, because we took a real beating there, is let me take a new template. And we're going to build 50 lights in 50 provinces. I have the money for it. It's going to cost me exactly 1,000. And group up there. Now it spreads the job as much as possible. So whenever that finishes, we will get like 50 pop-ups letting me know that my ships are arriving. Sorry about that. But you know, stuff happens. Need our light fleet back. I'll go pick up these fools. So France, I mean, we did separate peace, but that's going to go away soon. And it's not a massive problem, so I'm not too terribly worried. There we go. We finished fabricating a claim. Let's fabricate some more. It does result in some aggressive expansion, specifically against them, but also a little bit around. But at this point, you know, who really gives a snot? Elysian Pretender Rebels, I don't think is going to affect me too much. Power projection, really want to get above 50 ideally, but we'll see what we can do. Start by heart. Silesia likes me a fair bit, but is still a bit away from being annexable. And I think we're sucking up to a couple of other German states to hopefully encourage them to not seek an independence war. A few of them have support from people. Austria's certainly, you know, looking a little scary again. We beat them down pretty well for a while, but now they've lobbing up a little bit of territory down there. There's a lot of territory that would be nice for me to grab. Once my admin recovers a little bit. Again, I do want to tech up here, but it would be nice to just like full annex some of these territories. Because we can. We could full annex Wallachia, probably Moldavia, very easily. I don't want any more vassals, though. Because it's going to take me a long time to annex the ones I've got, just on the basis that, you know, they get unhappy when you annex vassals. We've got all the Diplo rep in the world, which used to be our limiting factor. It really depends on exactly how you absorb the vassals. If you only have one at a time, you know, you annex and then you get a new vassal, then that new vassal doesn't care what you did before. So, but I had just tons simultaneously. I don't know if it was the right way to go, but it was a way to go. And now it's done. So there you go. Okay, Silesia's fighting off their patriots. Hopefully they're okay. I've got some troops nearby. I could go and help out if it's a problem. Anyway, I'll move into Stettin and we'll reevaluate. You're going there. And stay along the coast, just to make sure there's no attrition. Although at this point, I think my supply limit everywhere is pretty darn high. I think they might lose that. And I want my vassals to be halfway decent. Now, I could probably bring Silesia into the fold a little faster if I started giving them subsidies. Not sure I want to rush that. Yeah, 50% national tax modifier for, a year? Only 100 ducats, though. You know, I'm assuming that this is better overall, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And we lost poor copper, which is good. And that was increasing the cost of recruiting, I don't know, regiments. We can, speaking of, recruit some more regiments, which maybe I want to do. May as well. That's a stack of 14. 14 would bring us up to 60, 170. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Here, we'll recruit it, I don't know, here. Although I think they will queue up after the boats. There we go, starting to get some of those ships to come together. So Navy-wise, we've got... Alright, we have a big trade fleet here in the English Channel already. And I think, yeah, the other one merged in. I think the English Channel is important because I don't actually have a trade domination there. Building some trade buildings here might be good. But of course, you know, money. I'm making good profit now, though. I was worried for a while. Actually, do I have... I have nothing along the coast here that will assist. But of course, I do have England. So I could build a bunch of trade buildings over here and gain more dominance over this trade node, which is probably a good idea because I think it's going to take a very long time for me to have 100% of land in this area. And honestly, people are probably still going to compete. The base trade buildings are very cheap. Actually, some of these sites already have a lot of it. Also, it increases the trade value in the nodes as well. And there's something to be said about that. I don't know if I want to build that unique building yet. Basic trade buildings. Finish the road network. And that's okay. Okay. And I don't want to bankrupt myself, so we'll do that. I mean, of course, I did just spend a lot on ships and units. Financially, we are doing okay. I mean, we're turning a pretty hefty profit. It helps that we got a few modifiers right now. That'll go away. I think we have both a big trade modifier for maybe 10 years and then the tax modifier for a year. So the taxation will drop pretty dramatically soon. But in the meantime, we're making a few bucks, which is good. And over here, we are trying to core. We may even be able to lower autonomy. I'm not even sure. See what happens after the core. They're still going to have the nationalism, so probably not. But it could happen. For the ship pop-ups. A few more. Okay, so we're still very far from having a dominance in the English Channel, which has a lot of trade value. There's slightly more trade value in Seville, though. I think we get more bang for our buck over here. Minus 50%. Oh, minus 40% trade power. I think there's more embargoes going on. Oh, because we have a truce with Portugal and Spain, they can't embargo me over here, can they? The overextension is the big one. And, you know, collecting trade, not in the capital, but the same thing is happening in the English Channel. So this fleet, we are going to start protecting trade in Seville. You'll note I am building light frigates right now. Bonus manpower is not a big deal. Going for a level 2 guy is probably worthwhile, though, because I can afford it, and I'm not making very many military points, so what the heck. Shoot, I was just saying something I thought was important. I can't remember what it was. Oh, light frigates. Yeah, and other people we know are already packing real frigates, proper frigates. And we are still quite a few tech levels away from being able to get that. Luckily, the tech levels are really cheap right now, but we're gonna. Or I think I was saying light frigates. I meant early frigates. Still on early frigates. We'd like to fix that at some point. There we go. Completed that quest. Easy quest to do. What do we get next? Improve defenses in Azaraba. It's really not as key. Again, I do like the free army tradition, but papal controller, claim a province. Oh, that's nice. Archali from Russia. Fabricate claims on Archali. Nice to get a bunch of free points on that one. Interesting. You can get the build defense mission more than once in a row, because a lot of them you can't get twice in a row. It was to patch in or correct some exploits and things. But apparently you can get that one. Might not be as exploitable. We can invest in the idea, so that's because of our military points. I think the goal, yeah, we're not ahead of time on military, so I think we're going to go military tech for now. Only if we happen to be ahead of time on military tech and we want to burn some military points, will we go back to the military ideas. Even though the military ideas do cheapen the technology, it's not the same sort of priority. So there you go. France has done fine. Portugal and Spain. If I had known, if I could guarantee that France would go and give me some territory, I might have stayed in the war a little bit longer. But as is, no, and that's fine. I'm quite happy with this province. It's a good one. Tax base is 7. Very, very good. Spain has a claim on it, which is interesting. Religious zeal is expiring. Well, I think that was a swell episode. I'm still convinced that we're doing the right thing in terms of just mostly focusing on teching up as opposed to other stuff. So we'll do that. Hopefully we can re-annex some, or start annexing some of our vassals relatively soon, just to get more diplo points, if nothing else. Canada keeps blobbing out. They're doing great. I mean, we're talking about a Western nation that is not a colony, doesn't have an overlord, and is getting to play in North America. If you guys have ever done the Irish Exodus or have watched my video on the Irish Exodus, you know exactly how powerful that can be. It is absolutely, absolutely sick. An independent New Portugal would also be very, very scary if they were ever allowed to do that. Luckily, my own holdings are pretty good too, so I think we're doing well. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.